thanks again, Chris, for coming. My question comes back to labor and labor costs. I've noticed that our state tends to have a very high minimum wage, and I think that's difficult for our businesses, but I think it also attracts people from other states to come to our state and take our jobs away from our kids and those that might need them. I think it attracts the wrong end of the labor pool to our state, and they tend to stay here. And I'm concerned about that. I'm interested to know if you share that philosophy, and if you have any idea what you would do about that, or if you want to address that issue.
Well, it's not. I agree with you on that issue. It's one that is very difficult to. It takes time to explain so that people understand why you're talking. That if having the highest minimum wage in the country negatively impacts the state. It's something that from an economic standpoint, I understand. And you talk to restaurants will say, listen, we've got less employees than we would otherwise because of this, and it doesn't make sense that our waitresses are getting tips plus the highest minimum wage in the country, where those in the back, there's a disproportionate amount of compensation. There's so many negative issues with it that I think need to be addressed. So it's something I'm not going to make a forefront campaign issue out of it, because I think it's something that's a hot button that people don't really understand. But at some point, I'm well aware of the issue, and I'm also concerned about I'm very concerned in our state that we have an unemployment rate between ages 18 and I think it's 22, it might be 24, of 35% in our state, and in minority population it's above 50. And what I get concerned about is if you don't learn how to work, it gets harder and harder to get into the workforce. And so I think it's and that's one area that I would like to tackle first, is to at least get a training wage going to get people so they have the opportunity to work. And I think we're really hurting our future by not doing so. All right, let's go.